Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for, hang on, cards are falling, for the week of January 24th through 30th of 2022. So let's see. We have the Archangel Gabriel cards, first of all, and we have the Ascended Masters. That's what those cards are. Always takes me a minute. I never remember the names of all of them. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Since the cards are kind of slow coming out, let's see if they have a bit of a pre-message for you. They're saying stay the course. So have some persistence, some perseverance. What you've been working on is in motion. It's working. It feels slow, but that's how it should be because things have to have time to line up. Like they're not, this is a group reading, right? So it's not a, personal thing. They're not giving me absolute details about any one situation or any other. But they are saying that to you it feels very slow, but that behind the scenes things are moving quite quickly. And so part of this later on, you're going to go, okay, why was I making this happen so slowly? There are options available to you that you're aware of, but you're not choosing them right now. And even you, like when you sit there and you go, okay, why am I not doing that? You don't know the answer. And so later, in hindsight, you're going to say, if I could have done that sooner, this could have been over quicker. Okay, that's what they're saying. Alrighty, so let's look at what the cards are for this reading. Okay, we have crystals. Crystals. If the more you can use crystals, the clearer your path will be, is what they're saying. It's like they're showing them to me and they are illuminated. It's like they're showing, it's like they're lined on the edges of the path, showing us the way. Isn't that a cool visual that they've given me? The stones will come to you. And yes, you'll be drawn to them too, but it's hard for us to keep our ego out of it, If you can just go into a crystal store, for example, and just ignore what the actual stone is and see what appeals to you. Don't read any of the little slips of paper of information that they have there. Just, what are you drawn to? Let yourself kind of float until you settle somewhere and you go, and then see what that is. Definitely take that one home with you, So I have a few crystals that I use every day. My favorite is selenite. It is energy clearing, this stone. And so I use it to clear my energy, and I clear all the cards in between readings. I clear the energy in my home and our yard, and I continue going outwards until I clear like the whole house, not just the portion that I spend most of my time in, and our whole yard, the property lines, and the whole town, and the whole province, the whole country, and then I continue around the world. So you can see the globe behind me. I use that globe and I clear all the energy all around the whole globe. And that's what I use my selenite for, as well as Archangel Metatron, who is the one truly doing the work. This is a tool, but it works wonderfully well. And I have this beautiful piece of, I guess it's clear quartz, which was gifted to me. And And I use that during my readings to keep my third eye open and my crown chakra open, to keep the messages flowing without obstruction. All right. And then I have this amazing, amazing piece of amethyst, which also was gifted to me. And amethyst, they say, also helps with divine communication. Amethyst, not this piece, but a chunk of amethyst was the very first crystal that I ever acquired under my own first choice. Okay, and I have this big heavy piece of petrified wood, which I won. And so you see, the pieces come to you, and you know, you can choose them, but sometimes they choose you. And so this keeps me grounded, which I need. I tend to go, you know, floating off into the clouds. and so I need that grounding. So those are the ones that I tend to use. What do you use? Or do you know yet? You know, they're beautiful, the crystals. So, and they are available to us. They're here for us. Okay. All right. Okay. Allow yourself to receive. Yeah. So, so this little bit that they were talking about before the reading, about, you know, knowing about some certain options, but that we, so I'm also a Scorpio, we're choosing not to take those, even though we're aware that they're there. That's what this is about. That will force us to receive something from somebody or from the world around us, and we don't want to feel beholden. There's also this fear that it won't work, is what they're showing me. And, you know, if that doesn't work too, well, then what? Right? It's like we're keeping that option in reserve for like a last resort or something. And they're saying, get beyond that fear, get yourself into the position to receive. And that, it's the being willing to receive is what's going to actually bring the success of that option. That's so cool. Okay. All right. So open yourself up. Open your whole heart chakra and everywhere else, solar plexus, like everywhere, throat. And that makes it so that the success of that option can materialize. Okay. Okay, so now we know what that divine timing is. Open first and then receive that. Okay, there we go. Oh, interesting. Both of the middle cards, fertility and birth. So, you know, either you're having somebody in your, either yourself or somebody close to you is giving birth, is expecting, is, you know, multiplying. And that's, congratulations, they're totally in order. Sometimes this is ideas. This is opportunities. This is, you know, a new business maybe, or, you know, something that you're doing for the first time, and you're doing that successfully, and it feels really good, and it's totally the birth of an idea. It's the fertility of the thoughts and the circumstances. It's abundance. Yes, all this beautiful new life coming to fruition right before your eyes. Aha. Wow. So that's really exciting. That is really exciting. That's new stuff. That's like spring, no matter when it is, right? You know how spring feels, and it's fresh and it's bright green because all that brand new growth of everything. That's what that is. Oh, that feels so good. Okay. All right. Now we have the editor card here. And so this is okay, they're giving me a few different things what this is. So for the ones in the Scorpio circle who are writers, find an editor, find somebody to read what you've been writing, not to correct things, but to give you feedback. Like, it's quite possible you're not thinking about publishing anyway, but this will still give you some really good feedback and some good knowledge. And for some of you, this is like, it's like your angels are peering over your shoulder and they are editing the ideas. When you find yourself, erasing something and writing it differently, finding different words to do things, that's your angels helping you to be very clear in your communication. These are the Archangel Gabriel cards, the angel of communication. Yes. And so your communication style and words is very important. Like the particular sentence structure and things like that you use, that's the difference between being blunt and occasionally obnoxious and tact and diplomatic. That is the difference, is which words you choose. And so they're saying be tactful. And so this, is for even those who are not writers, choosing your words carefully, allowing your angels, asking your angels to assist you with that. Okay, all right. And here we have energy healing. So if you know somebody who does energy healing, go get a treatment. It feels like just a reset is all that's necessary. Get things balanced, cleared out, all that stuff. If you do it yourself, that's great. Continue doing it yourself, but also go to somebody else. They can clear things easier for you than you can do for yourself. It's really quite difficult to do an effective clearing on your own self. Ask Archangel Metatron to come along and to, guide the hands, do the work, and that will give it its maximum effectiveness. And so once that energy is cleared, you'll find maybe that you have like a new lease on life, right? A new purpose, new energy, because old stuff gets stuck there. As much as we try not to let that happen, it does happen. And so when you can clear all that removes tethers. Yeah. Okay, so here we have the daily guidance cards. We'll grab one last card. Listen, listen. It's time to quiet your mind. Ask the questions of your angels, and then wait for the answers. Now, listen obviously implies using the hearing sense, but it may come through your visual sense, through your feelings, or through just knowing. And it's time to receive the answers. This is also about this being able to receive, right? Instead of always talking, listen, see what can you hear. That is very valuable, what you can hear. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much. And I love you. And I will see you next week.